analyze various types of independent or fan-made media. I'm your host, IndieFan. As you know, I'm a man of Irish descent, so of course I take pleasure in making fun of the British. But, that being said, they do make some good stuff. Case in point, Threads.
God damn it, IndieFan!
Walking with Dinosaurs, although it turns out that the narrator, Kenneth Branagh, actually cheated on his wife when working on this. I mean, hey, at least we got Benjamin Sisko. And of course, the longest running sci-fi series, well, one of them that is, Doctor Who. Premiering on the 23rd of November 1968, Doctor Who tells the story, or rather the adventures, of an alien being dubbed only as the Doctor, going on adventures through time and space on a vehicle dubbed the TARDIS, a ship bigger on the inside than it is outside, often taking human companions with them on said adventures as hijinks ensues. I think a lot of internet critics before me stated this, and when you think about it, it's true. It has the best storytelling engine ever. Want a story about cavemen? Can do! Or how about an entire colony is founded on a space whale? There you go. Or how about futuristic Arthurian knights fighting with swords and laser guns in an attempt to obtain Excalibur? Also possible. Or, get this, dinosaurs on a spaceship. Fuck yes, we can. Basically, think Twilight Zone and The Outer Limits, but there are recurring characters. And let me tell you, the impact did not go unnoticed. The series spawned 3 movies, yes, you heard that right, countless spin-offs, comics, audio dramas, after-shows, spoofs, toys, shit, you fucking name it. Hell, the show's been going on for 26 goddamn seasons. I personally started in 2012 after watching Linkara's stuff on it, and I immediately saw the appeal of the series. To answer your questions, favorite Doctor is the 11th, Matt Smith, companions Amy and Rory, favorite episode before mentioned, Dinosaurs on a Spaceship, favorite special, Dave the Doctor, and yes, a lot of them are Matt Smith era. Sue me. Also, we're not having Morbius jokes here. I'll make your own review, you crumb bums.
That's not fair, IndieFan!
Anyway, the show even got listed in the Guinness World Records for the longest running science fiction television series in the world, as well as the most successful. And where there's that much success, there's fan fiction. And where there's fan fiction, oftentimes there are fan films. And that's what we'll be looking into today. So without further ado, let's not waste any more time. This is Dawn of the Doctor. So the movie starts off with the Doctor regenerating, still delirious from it. To be fair, the 11th Hour has shown this thing before. So after an amazing intro, we see Jessica Whitehouse, played by Chloe Naughton, calling possibly her mother. Why does this remind me of Rose, the companion of 9th and 10th? Hopefully it doesn't end depressingly. Except where Rose's mom actually gave a shit about her, hers is a prick, as she rightfully gets fed up with her attitude and calls Sarah about the charity work, and somehow her phone is connected to the intergalactic solar satellite by International Electromatics. We then cut to the Doctor, played by Luke Newman, crashing. I mean, truth be told, this isn't the first time the TARDIS goes haywire whenever this happens. So the Doctor is still figuring out his body while the TARDIS is on fire.
What happened to my voice? It's gone all kind of squeaky and high-pitched. Oh, that's going to be annoying.
I have a feeling the Doctor is basically Poyo. So the Doctor tries to land a TARDIS gracefully, though through a little difficulty, it does land quite well.
Another happy landing.
However, not for the TARDIS. As the Doctor leaves, well, they collapse as they leave, getting the attention of Jessica herself as the Doctor yells in pain. As it turns out, it's still the result of his recent generation. Jessica decides to call emergency services, with the Doctor warning she's making a mistake before passing out. Jessica tries checking for a pulse, but there is none. So that was Dawn of the Doctor. Time for my pros and cons. It turns out the Doctor was finishing the regeneration as they regain consciousness, and Jessica is still confused as to what's going on. But the Doctor tries to depart, but Jessica tries to ask for their name. But they reply with the same answer, the Doctor. They try to return into the TARDIS, but it's locked itself in self-quarantine. Sir, COVID joke here. So they then take out the sonic screwdriver, and it detects a strange anomaly coming from Jessica. After a snarky remark from her, we learn the anomaly is coming from her phone. She reveals everything that I have previously mentioned. The phone then makes a sound, the Doctor uses the sonic on it, but the sonic explodes. Well, that's another thing that the sonic screwdriver won't work on. Wood. and that. The Doctor, obviously peeved they lost her sonic screwdriver, is now curious as to what's going on, whether it may be an invasion or something else. So Jessica offers to patch up the Doctor and states the TARDIS will be fixed in no time until the TARDIS explodes, revealing it'll be some time. We then cut to a big building where we learn the company who owns it is spying on the Doctor, and we learn the company is under the control of the Cybermen.
What a twist!
Mr. Dickinson, played by Lucas Hayes, soon warns the Doctor is here, but the Cybermen informs him that they aren't a threat yet and continue on with his work. Meanwhile, back with the Doctor and Jessica, they return to her house and she offers them a cup of tea.
Finally home. Do you want a cup of tea or anything?
How British.
And this is not the first time they mock the Brits.
I'm gonna go upstairs and blow it up. And I might well die in the process, but don't worry about me, no. You go on. Go on. Go and have your lovely beans on toast.
And after another scene from the 11th hour, but adding a bit of a twist to it, he fills up the teacup with sugar, and with that she asks the Doctor how did they know, and basically after taking a nod from Men in Black, they ask to investigate the tech in their house owned by the company. With her saying to just make a call, and I must point out, Luke does an amazing job as the Doctor. And so with that, the Doctor dissects a toaster and finds a chip far too advanced for the time period, which causes a sonic wave, which would explain why the sonic screwdriver was destroyed. They ask why doesn't a technology company wants to rule the world. Oh, okay, ask that to the corporations in cyberpunk fiction. Whereas Jessica makes a joke, but that leads the Doctor onto something, and they realize the company is in league with the Cybermen. They plan on changing clothes, but Jessica understandably demands answers, which the Doctor gladly answers all of them with what we have known for some time. But Jessica feels like she's going insane. Meanwhile, back with the company, Mr. Dickinson informs the Cybermen that the Doctor is aware of the chip technology, showing that they are now a threat. The Cybermen order him to activate the sonic chips, which he gladly obliges him and informs them they'll be done within 30 minutes, and reminds them of their agreement, which the Cybermen reply that'll only happen if he is successful. Fail, he dies. Jesus Christ, on a motorbike, and I thought Gablor had the patience and emotional fragility of a goddamn toddler. We are then informed that Mr. Dickinson does have a daughter. Meanwhile, back with the Doctor, as they analyze the chip, we learn the company is giving away everything for free, and anyone with half a brain would find something sus here. Case in point, our protagonists, as the Doctor gives Jessica some sound-blocking headphones. And we learn the Doctor's plan is to go to the office and have Mr. Dickinson stop what he's doing and pray no one suspicious is behind it. Alrighty then.
What could possibly go wrong?
And so, before they go into action, the Doctor goes into a wardrobe presented by Jessica and tries on a brand new outfit. And after a montage, their outfit is complete. And this leads to another thing. 1, outfit is snazzy, and 2, the cinematography is amazing. So, as the two go to save the world, we cut back to Mr. Dickinson being informed by the Cybermen that they shall make first contact in first 5 minutes. And so, as the two reach the building, the Doctor gets a phone call from Mr. Dickinson telling them to meet them on the roof. Will there be a fiddler there also? And so they meet him on the roof, and a Cyberman arrives to update the Cybermen database. We soon learn the company was aware of him due to satellite imagery. The Doctor tries to persuade Mr. Dickinson to turn on the Cybermen, but we learn he's willing to pay the price of genocide just to save his daughter, and to become the last pure humans. And my god, do I love the writing here. Here, the villain is tragic and despicable, making for quite the interesting villain. And so the Doctor uses the broken sonic screwdriver to decapacitate the Cybermen as the two flee, with the plan to get to Mr. Dickinson's office to get answers. They reach the office, and the Doctor disassembles the communication device Dickinson was using to communicate with the Cybermen with, and uses a set of sound-blocking headphones to modify a format signal to cancel out the signal from the Cybermen. However, the chip the Doctor modified isn't strong enough to send a transmission, and Jessica takes off the chip from her headphones, saying that she'd rather die than become a Cyberman. And just when all seems lost, the countdown stopped. Although this does leave a plot hole. Where the hell was security all this time? For a CEO, let alone a founder of a tech company, shouldn't he have security on standby? And so we learn Dickinson has fled as the two return to the roof, with the Doctor informing the incapacitated Cybermen that they will always protect Earth. But the spaceships start coming in. The Doctor then takes out a piece of the Cybermen and teleports to the Cybermen ship. As he enters, they find out the Cybermen plan to make them their new leader. But that fails when the Doctor uses the teleporter and the broken sonic screwdriver to teleport away, only to compromise the ship's flight data and teleports right back to Earth, with a pissed-off Dickinson who has Jessica at gunpoint. We soon learn his daughter was ill, and out of desperation, he turned to the Cybermen. The Doctor gives the teleporter to Dickinson under the condition he lets Jessica go. As Dickinson teleports away, it turns out the Doctor had a ship fleet return to Mondas, and the teleporter has enough power for one more trip, so we won't be seeing Mr. Dickinson again. And with that, we learn the company will be destroying every single product, and with that as well, Jessica learns that the TARDIS is bigger on the inside than it is on the outside, and the Doctor has a new sonic screwdriver, Doctor, and the movie ends as any other Doctor Who episode would, as the companion goes on the Doctor on their adventures. That was Doctor Who, Dawn of the Doctor. Time for my pros and cons. Effects look good, humor is charming, cinematography is amazing, and the acting at first glance could use work, but it does pick up on you. Full analysis is an A+. Oh, and this is going to the list of fame.
Hey, everybody, we're all gonna get laid.
I mean, what else can I say? This was clearly made by fans, for fans, and newcomers as well. And the fact that this was made by one man really shows the dedication. Link in the description down below, so if you're looking for an introduction to Doctor Who, or want a good Doctor Who fan film, it's worth checking out. And yes, there are more of these, as this is actually a series. So stay tuned for those in the future. As for now, however, that's all for today, everyone. I'm a new fan, and I'll catch you next time. I wonder what I'm going to review next. Well, surely this would just be delayed, right? But what about the skid artist?